Alrighty, folks, jam-packed video today. We're going to be covering Target stock, which is a company that just reported numbers this morning, and that's kind of what we're going to focus on in this video, guys. And of course, we're going to break down what I'm looking to do. Am I buying the stock, selling it, am I holding it? And we'll break down the charts like we always do here on the channel, guys. So if y'all find value, hit that like button. Feel free to subscribe. We're almost at 30,000 subs, guys, and that's completely free to do, so make sure to do that. And if you guys want to support the channel a little bit further, get up to 16 stocks for Moomoo. You get free stocks, and of course, that also helps out the channel because it is an affiliate link. That's linked down below, guys. And check out the Patreon as well if you want to be a part of the Patreon community. You want to see me build out my private portfolio, which all the people in the Patreon, they get to see all the real-time moves, right? Screenshots, full transparency, all that good stuff. And you have a lot of other perks on Patreon as well. That's linked down below. And with that being said, guys, now that that's out of the way, cheers, let's dive right into it. So Target is a company that no doubt has been quite controversial over the past couple of months, right? There's no doubt about it. And that what happened, which we're not really going to get into in this video for the sake of potentially getting banned or whatever. I don't know what the heck's going on YouTube these days, guys, but we're going to play it safe, right? So we're not going to get into the nitty-gritty of what actually happened with Target, but you guys know what happened with Target, right? And a lot of people got pissed, and well, their sales ended up taking a hit. Nothing too crazy to the point where the sales are cratering or anything like that, but sales did miss and they are taking a hit, which we'll talk about in this video. So Target stock this morning, believe it or not, guys, it went from 125 bucks per share all the way to 139, almost 140 bucks per share, which was a move of around 11, almost 12% initially. And of course, it's fizzled out since then. It's actually given back a lot of the gains. It's dropped $10 from that point, or in percentage terms, 7.5%. And now we're still up around, let me see, 3.5% in the midst of an overall red day, it seems like right now. So Target is doing well. But it's kind of in no man's land right now, to be honest, guys, right? We have this descending triangle that you guys see right here on the 4-hour time frame, which did play out a little bit this morning, or was that yesterday? Either way, when we got down to 121, I believe that might have been this morning. So we did fall through that 128, 130 support, which was not good for the bulls at all. But now we're back over that, right? We're in the middle of these moving averages as well on the 4-hour chart, it seems like, and we're back in this ascending triangle. So we're kind of in no man's land, meaning we have to wait and see kind of what direction Target picks, right? Do we dump back under 128, 127 and see a leg down? Or does this continue the breakout that we saw in the morning before, or not before, but I guess initially when the numbers came out? Time will tell. Time will tell. I'm going to set my alert here, though, let me do it at 140. I think that's a good spot. 140 mark is that we're above. That is right by the high from the middle of June, also from the end of July. So pretty much for a month and a half, guys, Target failed time and time again at 140. And you guys can see back in the beginning, actually more towards the middle end, actually, of December, Target held 140. It held that point as support, right? So obviously now it's resistance. Like I said, for the past pretty much 2 months at this point, we failed at 140. So if we could take that point out, Target could start to reverse. And full disclosure, guys, I do not own Target right now. It's one that maybe I'll own at some point in the future, but we'll see. I'm taking kind of a wait-and approach with Target right now, and it is kind of I don't want to say appetizing. That's kind of weird. That's not the right word, guys. It's kind of appealing. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Any stock that's kind of like a Target on that level where you think it's is it a blue chip? I guess you can say it's a blue chip. Any stock that's considered a blue chip that then falls 50 bucks or whatever it is, 30%, you have to look at it, no matter what's going on with that company. It doesn't mean that you have to go and buy it, but I feel like you have to look at it and consider it, or just try and figure out what the heck's going on and look into the numbers and look a little bit deeper into it. Whenever, at least me personally, guys, whenever one of those blue chips or a company that's a decent quality company, whenever it falls dramatically in stock price, I like to look deeper into it. I'm like, okay, what the heck is going on? So let's do that right now. Again, they reported earnings in the morning. They ended up beating, I believe, on EPS. Let me scroll down here and see. Yeah, adjusted EPS of $1.80 versus $1.39. So they crushed on that, but they missed on sales, which is not surprising considering what is going on or what happened. I think people are over it at this point. Let's be honest. A lot of people are quick to forget things these days. But $24.77 billion of sales versus the $25.18 billion expected. And I believe that is down year over year. Looks like Q2 traffic was down 4.8% for Target. Comparable store sales were down 4.3%, and comparable digital sales were down 10.5%. So they did for sure take a hit. Now, the million-dollar question is this going to be a long-term hit? Or, again, are people going to forget about it and move on? The reality is, guys, in my opinion, sure, a lot of people are probably still pissed right now, but the reality is, a lot of people are going to forget about it and they're still going to shop at Target. That's just the reality. So, yeah, BEPS adjusted and they missed on sales. Comparable store sales are down. That's awful. Looks like EPS, adjusted EPS guidance. They lowered it for full year 23. They lowered it to, from $7.75 to $8.75, now to $7 to $8 versus the $7.79 expected. So this is not like, it's not like this is a shock, right, guys? This was all expected. The fact that guidance is going to suck, they're going to miss revenue, it's going to be crappy for maybe a couple of quarters. This was all expected, which is why the stock ended up going down 30%. It's not like this is, out of the blue. And, arguably we're running right now because this was all expected and maybe it wasn't as bad as expected. So people are like, all right, let me buy up some Target a little bit. And it's doing pretty well right now in the midst of an overall red day. So let me actually come here quickly to this visual, guys. And by the way, the market cap, to give you a perspective here, or to give you a little snapshot rather, is still $60 billion, right? And right now, Yahoo Finance, for whatever it's worth, has them at undervalued here on this little notch or whatever the heck you want to call it, this little bar scale, or not even a bar scale, this scale, whatever you want to call it, for whatever that's worth. So, I mean, look, it's one definitely worth looking at. Dividend yield, 3.3%. PE ratio, 22. Maybe if that got to the teens, it'd be even better. For sure. I mean, it definitely would be better. So, yeah, dividend yield is solid. It's getting up there. In the mid threes, that's a pretty nice starting yield for a company like Target, in my opinion. So you guys can see, if I zoom in a little bit here, bear with me, guys, we can see the numbers a little bit more with a visual as well. You can see right here, look, negative 5.4% comparable sales versus the plus 2.6% in Q2 of 2022. So year over year, guys, and I'm looking top left right here. Let me zoom in more, honestly, so you guys can see it. Year over year, not looking good there. That was actually comparable sales, guys. Excuse me. That was comparable sales. Either way, that's down year over year. And comparable, or store comparable sales, those were down 4.3% versus the plus 1.3% in Q2 2022. And digital comparable sales, holy moly, it was plus 9% last year, and well, it was negative almost 11% this go around. And GAAP EPS and adjusted EPS was 358% higher than Q2, but of course, that number is pretty much engineered, guys. That's a bunch of crap right there, in my opinion. I mean, sure, it's a lot better than last year, but in the grand scheme of things, sales are getting demolished on all fronts at this point. It looks like operating income margin rate compared to 1.4 or 1.2%. It came in at 4.8% this year. Excuse me, guys. Compared to 1.2% in Q2 of last year. Let's see what else. We made progress in Q2, including in-stock levels improved from Q1 and full year 22. Inventory levels are 17% lower than last year. All right, and compelling price points messaged across the assortment. All right, pretty good. Let's come down a little bit more here. Multi-category portfolio, loving that. All right, let's come down a little bit more. You guys have all these Good and Gather summer items. These are newness across our assortment in Q2. Open Story luggage collection, the Barbie movie. I know all you guys out there love the Barbie movie, right? We have Taylor Swift exclusive vinyl, Houston White summer collection, Tabitha Brown. All right, pretty cool. Coming over here, you guys can see new loyalty members enrolled during our Target Circle Week event. Okay, yada, yada, yada. Let's come down a little bit more. This is what I want to look at very quickly, guys, before we do wrap up the video. Now open as of this past quarter, you guys can see. You can see right here, they're investing in long-term growth and profitability. They're on track to invest $4 billion to $5 billion in the business this year through new and remodeled stores, supply chain and digital capabilities, and more. So that's good. I mean, of course, they're still reinvesting in the business. We always want to hear that. Now open 11 of the roughly 20 new stores planned in 2023, so that's pretty good. 51 of the roughly 175 stores undergoing full remodels or other enhancements in 2023 are guest ready. That's good. And their Miami Sortation Center, the 10th in our supply chain, or their supply chain, is now open. And their first day, or rather their first Target last mile delivery extension facility in Smyrna, Georgia is now open as well. So they're making progress, guys. Of course, there's going to be hiccups in all businesses. That makes sense. It happens, right? And this might hurt them. In fact, it probably will hurt them a little bit more. But ultimately, I do believe people will forget about it. That's the reality. That's what I've been saying. Well, maybe not on the channel. I haven't mentioned that, I don't think, yet. But, me and my fiance, we're talking, personally, and we've talked to other people, right? That's what everyone thinks, right? That's what everyone thinks. My buddies, we've talked about it. People are going to forget about it at the end of the day. It doesn't make it right. It doesn't make it great. It doesn't make it this or that. But at the end of the day, people have a very short attention span these days. There is always something new. And, a lot of people are going to forget. What do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And full disclosure, I do not own Target stock myself. Probably won't buy it anytime soon. We'll see. I don't know. For me, there's a lot of other places worth putting money, but I do not own it. Do you own it? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And before you click off the video, do not forget to get your free money from Moomoo, guys. It is literally free money. Once you open up your account and fund it with at least $100, using that link down below, you get 5 stocks right off the bat. And once you fund it with at least $1,000 on top of those 5 stocks, you get 10 more stocks. And mind you, each of those 15 stocks could be valued up to $2,000. And the best part of the promo is, listen to this, guys, once you fund your account at least $5,000 on top of those 15 stocks for a limited time, you also get a free share of either Tesla stock or Expedia stock, which makes this a no-brainer. So get on it, guys. Use that link down below. And with that being said, folks, cheers. I'll see you later.